know that organic search drives over 53% of traffic to your website? That's an interesting thing that we can consider, because if we look at SEO compared to PPC, we will see that SEO drives 5.7 times more return on investment than PPC, which is currently at 2.7 times return on investment. Hi, I'm Ivana, a content and SEO specialist at SEO Curly, and today we're going to talk about 15 things that you can do to increase your organic traffic. So the first thing that we're going to look at is going to be keyword research. I keep saying this, but I cannot say it enough because keyword research is really important. And it's really important because that's how people find us, right? People put in a keyword in a search engine like Google and they find you, right? So let's take an example of Sarah. Sarah owns an online soap shop, and she wants to, of course, get clients who want to buy her soap. However, Sarah does not know where to start. So what should Sarah do? Sarah used to look at SEO courses online. However, she did not find the correct thing that she can do, and she did not know how to apply them without some help. This is when we help her. But what she did at first is she focused on short tail keywords, such as homemade soap, goat soap, and etc. This does work, but to rank on Google for these keywords, you actually need to have authority. However, Sarah just opened her new domain and she does not know how to get her authority up. So what should she do? What she could do is that she could focus on long tail keywords instead of short tail keywords, such as the benefits of goat soap for sensitive skin, goat soap for acne, and lavender soap for acne. There are many long tail keywords out there that we can focus on. These are just some of them. But since Sarah applied these long tail keywords, she could see her graph on Google Search Console growing, and of course she started ranking higher. And that's the best part about keyword research, because you can find what people are actually searching for, and you can implement it inside your content even if your competitors are not using it. So how can you do the same thing as Sarah? You need to first focus on long tail keywords. You need to research your competitors. You need to identify keywords, clusters, and pillars. And the most important thing is that you need to track keyword difficulty over time. These are some of the things that you can do, just like Sarah did, and improve your ranking on Google. But let me just go back a little bit and tell you about pillars and clusters. It's really important that you do proper SEO content mapping. This will help Google see which content is connected to what. So if we write about goat soap, of course we're gonna want to make goat soap the pillar, and we're gonna create clusters of it, something like goat soap for sensitive skin, goat soap health benefits. This is gonna help our bounce rate, and it's gonna help us keep visitors longer on our website. Keeping visitors more on our website is again gonna show Google that we are trustworthy, so it's gonna again rank us higher. Second strategy is content. Of course, before we were talking about keyword research. Now that we have our keywords, we can actually put it in our content. So what we need to do is put the keywords in H1, H2, introduction, meta title, meta description, and the alt text. This is worthy for your pages and your blogs. So all your content needs to have this kind of structure. However, this is not enough because we also need to write quality content, right? So my recommendation for writing quality content is, of course, to do your own research, include your own study cases, include FAQs, and most importantly, look at what your competitors are doing. Look for stuff that they're not doing yet that you can do. So let's say if your competitor is just writing an old-ass blog, you can write a new blog, put a video in it, put FAQ in it, and I can guarantee you that you're gonna rank higher. The third thing that we need to look at is technical side of your website. You don't want to stay on a website for 3 seconds and wait for it to load, and then you're gonna scroll on it, and then you're gonna see some lags, some images not loading, things like that. It's just a troublesome website. No one wants to stay on it. And if you have a website like that and people click on it, wait, click back, that's just gonna raise your bounce rate. It's gonna crash it, and Google will be like, this website does not deserve to be on the first page. So I recommend to look for XML sitemap issues, look for internal links issues, look for responsiveness, look for website speed, and a lot of other problems. What you can do to see exactly what problems your website is having, you can go on Ahrefs or SEMrush, and you can do an SEO audit of your website, or just a general audit of your website. It's gonna pop out all the critical errors that you're having. Or if you don't want to pay for Ahrefs and SEMrush, you can also use a tool called Screaming Frog. It's free, up to 500 links. The third thing that you can actually do to improve your organic traffic is to do interlinking. As I mentioned before, let's say in the case of blogs, we need to create a pillar and a cluster. A pillar needs to link to all its clusters, and a cluster needs to link to its pillar. However, clusters don't need to really be interlinked to each other if it's not possible, but if you can, it's recommended to do so. The same thing goes for your services or your product pages. And what you actually want to do is to have a navigational bar which lists all your products and all your services and clearly showcases it to your visitors. Strategy number 5 is topic clusters. This, similar to before, it means that you need to create pillars and clusters. An easy way you can do this, if you do not know which keyword should be set as clusters, which keyword should be set as pillars, use SEMrush Keyword Strategy Builder. It's really useful because you can tell it what keyword you're trying to rank for, and it's automatically going to give you suggestions on which keyword should be the pillar and which keyword should be a cluster. As we can see in this example, is that caring for a disabled person as home would be set as a pillar. And then under it, we can use homebound home care, we can use home care for cancer patients, what not to do with dementia patients. Sixth strategy is user experience. This is usually the most underrated factor when talking about organic traffic, but it really matters. Through heat mapping and user testing, here are some amazing things that we found about the website and user experience. Users spend 3 times more time on pages with clear navigation. Bounce rates decrease by 45% with improved mobile layouts, and conversion rates double with strategic CTA placements. So try to put yourself in the position of a visitor. Do you really want to wait 3 seconds? No, because apparently 40% of people, once the website doesn't load in 3 seconds, they just run away. And you don't want to run. You want people to stay on your website, be interested in your product, and we want to get you leads at the end of the day. So we don't want a broken website. We want a good user experience. And with the help of heat mapping, we can actually see what your users are reacting to, what they're not reacting to, and we can do some A/B testing to improve your website and user experience. 7, let's talk about quality backlinks. Quality backlinks are connected to the authority, domain authority that we were talking about previously. We don't want to buy links from suspicious sources for $5, $10 and you're gonna get, 50, 100 pages that link back to you. This is not really that great, and at the end of the day, those are not quality backlinks, and they will even put your authority down instead of putting it up. So we want to focus on quality backlinks. Well, how can we focus on quality backlinks? What we can do is we can go on SEMrush, Ahrefs, or whatever search tool for SEO you're using. You can just put in the URL of the website that you want to get backlink from, and you're gonna see what is their domain authority. If their domain authority is less than yours, we don't want them to link for us. What do we get from them linking to us? Absolutely nothing. Another thing when talking about backlinks is that we need to look what sort of websites are linking to us. Because most likely, if your competitors are scared of you ranking higher on them, they can do some black hat SEO tricks on you, such as buying low quality backlinks and linking them back to you. These sort of backlinks are usually related to casinos, over 18 activities, and things like that. So if you see a suspicious backlink, make sure to disavow it. So one way to get backlinks is to actually go and outreach to people. However, if you want it to be easy, you can just go on websites like WordPress and Backlinko and actually buy backlinks from those websites. Just again make sure that the website that is linking back to you has higher domain authority than you. If you want to get backlinks for free, you can just go on other websites, make sure that they have domain authority that's better than you, quality content, organic traffic, blah blah, all those things, and go to them, reach out to them via email and be like, hi, I like your content, I think we align in the niches that we are in, so could I please give you an article and you put it on your website, or would you please just link back to me? So this is a nice way to get backlinks for free. But what else you can do is that you can contribute expert content to industry publications, create shareable infographics others will want to reference, and participate in podcast interviews. And make sure that it's always quality over quantity, because if we have 200 bad quality backlinks, it's not really gonna do any good to us. But if we have one good high quality backlinks, it's gonna scale us to the sky. So strategy number 8, let's talk about content variety. What we want to do with our content is that we want to create 4 types of content. We want to create awareness, consideration, decision, and helpful articles or how-to-dos. So let's say we have an e-commerce site that is selling laptops. First, we want to make sure to write content on best quality laptops in 2025. Or we want to compare 2 laptops, and alongside with that we want to make sure all those laptops have their own reviews. So a review of MacBook Air M3 or review of Asus VivoBook this and this version, how to do certain things on my laptop. This sort of variety will help gather users from all sorts of buying processes, and it also helps Google see that you're a comprehensive research for that topic. Strategy number 9 is local research. This is useful only if you are directly working in a certain area. So let's say for a soft washing company that works in Texas, we're gonna want to only focus on SEO for that specific location. If you are in New York, then we're gonna want to focus on New York area and not talk about other areas, because why would we do that if you're only working in New York? This goes for dentists, surgeons, let's say surgeons from Turkey, or whatever niche you are in and that you are targeting that specific location. So what can you do to make sure that your website is optimized for a certain location? Of course, we need to have Google My Business set up. We need to import that Google map into our website to showcase Google that we're actually working in that location. We need to create location-specific landing pages. This is usually, let's say for dentists, we want to make sure that you have a specific location, our dentist office in New York, our dentist office in Ohio. And another thing you can do is to generate local citations and reviews. And another thing that you can do is to develop location-based content. Strategy number 10 is implementing a schema markup. Schema markup is a code that tells search engines exactly what your content represents, not just what it says. So usually, you know, when you Google something, like let's say for dentist in New York, you're gonna see like 4.3 out of 5 stars. This is what schema markup does. We implemented this on one company which had 4.8 stars out of 200 reviews. And what we got from this case study is that they saw a 38% increase in click-through rate. They got rich snippet appearing for 67% more keywords, and they got, of course, enhanced visibility on Google. So you can use schema markup for the reviews that you have, but you can also use it for the FAQs. So strategy number 11, we're almost there, guys, don't worry. But yes, number 11 is mobile optimization. What we want to do is we want to make sure that our website appears nicely on a mobile devices. Why is this important? It's important because 60% of our traffic comes from mobile devices. So what you can do is make sure that all the icons appear on your website during a mobile search. We need to place navigation where it's easy to touch. Most people are right-handed, so we need to make sure that it's on the right side. So we can just press it with our thumb. We need to make sure that the buttons are large enough. We need to make sure the text is readable without overlapping with other elements. And we need to test the speed of the website. We can do this on Google. You can just type in Google mobile responsiveness test, and there are multiple websites where you can just put your URL, and they're gonna showcase how good your website mobile speed is. Strategy number 12. Strategy number 12 is more related to your content again, but in a different way. Why? Because we want to make sure that we include content that has numbers in it, aka data-driven content. Why should we do that? Because people love numbers, and of course they love original content that has their own numbers. So if we make a case study where we say 38% of people saw better click rate, we need to prove that, and this is gonna help people actually see that we know what we're talking about, right? Strategy number 13 is voice search. More and more people are using their phones to search for things. But it's really important that we make sure that our content can be searched with voice, and especially also by AI currently. So instead of optimizing for best pizza delivery, we need to optimize for where can I get a pizza at midnight, which is the best pizza in this and this town, or similar things to this. We basically need to optimize to exactly what people are searching for and asking. Based on our research, we found that these conversational keywords have higher engagement on Google and can actually help claim feature snippets. Strategy number 14 is content audits. We need to constantly audit our content to make sure that it's aligning to the current algorithms and to the current searches. A post that we wrote back in 2013, it's not gonna rank as good today if we do not update it. Same goes to a content that's been written 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. So I recommend setting up a quarterly schedule of when you need to audit your content, and I would recommend to look for outdated information, thin content, new keyword opportunities, and you would need to update internal links. Why? Because in 2023 you probably didn't have the same amount of content you do now, so there are more opportunities to link to the current content. And strategy number 15, which is the last one, finally, is that we need to monitor and adjust our SEO strategy. SEO changes regularly. Algorithms change basically daily at this point with Google's updates. So we want to make sure that our content and our web pages and that our strategy aligns with the newest trends and algorithms. So that's it, guys. If you survived until this longest content, I would really appreciate if you would like, share, subscribe. It's gonna help us. And of course, leave in the comments if you have any other strategy that would be helpful for improving organic traffic. And as always, see you in the next one.